In this tutorial, we'll learn a set of XPath axes. We'll start with parent. The parent axis selects the parent of the current node. Here, in this example, it will select the parent of an HTML element A with text home. Okay, so here we specify the parent node as star. That means any of the node, right? You can also specify it with an HTML tag like div, but in an HTML document, any element has got a single parent. Now it's time to try it out. So here I'm going to right click the home link and inspect it. So you can see that the element is highlighted here. So we're going to locate this element first, and then we'll be locating its parent, which is a div, using the parent axis. So let's start it. So we'll start writing XPath with / and then the element is A, and then you can specify, you can locate it with text function. All right, we can give the value home, and now you can see that the element A with text home is located. Right now we need to locate its parent, this div. Okay, so we can use the axis parent. So put a / and type parent, and then to full colon, and we can say star, right? So its parent is located. All right, because this element can have only one parent, so putting star is also fine. All right, now instead of star we can specify div as well, right? So because the parent has got HTML tag div here. Now take a look at the child axis. It selects all children of the current node. In this example, the div element with an attribute class and its value nowbar is located first. Now that becomes the current element, and then we define a relationship child to another element star, right? So what happens? This will locate all the children of this div element. Here we have two links placed, home and contact, right? And both are placed on a black ribbon. So let's right click on this ribbon and click inspect. So you can get the HTML element corresponding to that ribbon. That's div class equals nowbar, right? So this is the parent actually, and it has got two children. So what we can do is let's locate this parent div element first, and then from there we'll use the child axis and we will locate its children. So let's try it out. Let's write the XPath / div, and it has got a property at the right class equals nowbar. Right, now it's identifying the parent now, right? That is the div element, right? And now let's try to locate its children. There are two elements. So let's put a / and write child, and with two full colon, let's say star. Now you can see that its children are located. You can see that it's it's one of two here. That means it is locating two other elements. So we can click the down arrow and see both the elements located, right? Okay, now if you want to further filter it out, what you can do is you can specify the corresponding element tag here. So instead of specifying star, you can specify A here, so that it will locate the element A. But here also, there are two children, right? Two elements are located because in both the elements, both the children, you have the HTML tag A. If you want to further narrow it down, say for example, if you want to locate only this home link, in that case, you can add further filtering options, like you can specify text of equals home. So in this case, you can see that it's uniquely locating one particular element. So here you can say one of one, right? All right. Now let's learn another axis, ancestor. It selects all ancestors, that is parent, grandparent or great grandparents of the current node. In this example, we are locating an HTML element with tag input and ID fname. And then we are defining a relationship ancestor to another element div. So this will locate all the div ancestor elements of input element with ID fname. Now let's swing over to our sample application and try it out. Let's find out the ancestors of this particular element first name, right? So let's right click it and inspect it first. All right, so this is the element we are interested in. Okay, so we will write XPath and find this one first, and then we will locate its ancestors, right? All right, so let's start writing XPath / input, and then let's specify its attribute ID, and its value is fname. All right, now our element is located. Now we're gonna find all of its ancestors, right? So its first ancestor is this one, right? Field set is an ancestor because it's parent, and its parent is form, and its parent is div. So all of these will be located, right? So let's see. Let's put a slash and let's write the axis ancestor, and then let's specify star. Now you can see that 6 elements were located. Now let's find each one of them. So I'm gonna click on the up arrow here, and you can see that this is one element located, right? And this was the first element that we located, right? That is the input tag with ID fname. All right, so it has located field set, and then which is the next one? It is the form element located, and then the div element located. So likewise, it's locating different elements, right? All of them are its ancestors. Now if you want to further filter down, you can do that as well. Instead of writing star, if you want to locate only the form elements, okay, in that case what you can do is you can write the HTML tag form here. So in that case it will locate only the form ancestor element. So here you can see that, and then also it has become unique, right? So it's one of one. Now let's learn about descendant axis. It selects all the descendants, that is children, grandchildren, etc. of the current node. In this example, we are locating a div element with an attribute, class, and its value main. And then we are finding all of its descendants with an HTML tag input. We'll try it on sample application and see how it works. Here we have a label. This is your form title. Okay, I'm right clicking on that label and select inspect. So you can find the element highlighted on the HTML code. It's a legend. Okay, so let's go up and find an element div. Okay, so this div has got an attribute class and its value is main. Okay, so this is what we're going to locate first, and then we'll be finding all of its descendants with the HTML tag input. All right, so this one will be located, this one will be located, and all other descendants with the HTML tag input will be located. So let's write the XPath and try it out. So we'll start with / div, and then let's specify its attribute class, and then the value is main. Okay, there you go. Now it's locating the div element. All right, and now let's find all of its descendants. So let's put a slash and let's write descendants. There you go, descendant. And then we have to mention the criteria. Let's find all input elements. Okay, so now it's locating an input element. Okay, so this one is a descendant of the initially located element div, right? All right, it has located 14 such elements. You can see an input tag, another input tag, and all those input descendants are located. Now let's learn another XPath axis, ancestor-or-self. This one selects all ancestors of the current node and the current node itself. So in this example, we are locating a div element with an attribute class and its value main. And then we are defining a relationship ancestor-or-self. Okay, so then it will look for all the elements with HTML tag div, starting from the current node and all of its ancestors. So let's see how it works in the sample application. Now let's try the same div element that we tried in the previous example. Okay, so let's start with / div, and let's specify its attribute at the right class and its value main. All right, so the div element is located. Now we're going to locate its ancestor and the self element. Okay, so what we're gonna write is slash ancestor hyphen or hyphen self. All right, and then let's put two colons here, and then let's mention due. Okay, so now you can see that two of the elements are located. All right, and then I'm gonna click the up arrow. Now you can see that the first element located is due element itself, right? So it's due class mean. So the same element is located, and then click the up arrow once again, then you can see that its ancestor due element is also located. All right, so only two elements are there in this ancestor hierarchy. So instead of due, let's make star. All right, now let's see. There are four elements located, including the same due with class attribute main element, right? Okay, so let's try with something else. Let's type body. Now let's see the difference. Okay, now it's locating only one element. Okay, and its HTML tag is body. So the due element with class equal to main is not located because the tag is not matching. All right, hope it's clear to you. The next XPath axis we are going to learn is descendant or self. It selects all descendants of the current node and the current node itself. In this example, we are locating an element with HTML tag due with an attribute class and its value row. And then we are locating all the descendants or self element with the HTML tag due. We'll try it on the sample application. Okay, so let's start with the development with an attribute class and its value row. So let me write // due, and let's put its attribute class equals row. Okay, now it's locating the development, and now let's try to locate its descendant. Okay, so /descendants and then hyphen or hyphen self, and let's put two colon and let's write due here. So here you can see that 8 elements are located. So let's check it out. The first element located is the same element that we already mentioned in the XPath, that is due element with the attribute class and value row. Okay, so the same element is located. And then let's look for the next one. It's another due element, and then you can see that different due elements are located. Now instead of due, let's mention another HTML tag, say input. Now you can see the difference. Now it's locating different elements. The element which we already mentioned in the XPath, that is this div element, is not located because it's not matching with the HTML tag, because HTML tag that we added here is input, right? So you can see different input elements are located. So all these input elements are in the descendant hierarchical level of the initial div element that we mentioned here.